the Center is now available.
Yeah.
Or is it available, or did we just get the trailer announced?
It's available. I've already got it on my computer.
Oh, look at that.
When we first played Ark, we played the island. And then we played, I don't know, just to some random point, and then we just jumped out of it, abandoned it, and jumped into the center. Remember
I'm trying to remember. We didn't stay on the island long, did we?
I don't remember. I know it was enough to, like, have a bunch of dinos and migrate to a beach and...
I think back, and I'm like, I don't remember really playing much on the island, but I remember the center.
Right, and the center is now, it's different because it's what? It's on the new, it's all like
it's the updated graphics.
Graphics.
Yeah, like they did with the island that they did with Scorched Earth, and now Arks Center has a version of the center out.
And I jumped in so much later, but like this obviously is just so much more elevation on it, it appears.
Then the island?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the island has
What the hell is floating islands, remember?
mountains.
Yeah.
It was like Avatar.
Right.
Gravity doesn't work there.
Yeah.
And then there's a big place underground, like, was it Journey to the Center of the Earth kind of a place?
Gotcha.
Where you go down, and whatever reason, there's a light source. And
well, it looks like there's a lot of, new tamables that they throw into this?
With the trailer, they showed what? The Pyromane or whatever it is. It's like this flaming kitty cat.
Mm-hmm.
And you could ride. It's almost like a big panther, but it also like will shrink and sit on your shoulder.
Looks great.
Yeah,
I mean, who
it
wouldn't
looks
want to
cool.
have that?
It could do like a teleporty thing, it looked like, or at least short distances.
Yeah.
And,
Looks like it got some cool
can ride
powers.
but you don't want to go into water.
No, don't go in the water. You could ride it and not go and be on fire, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Neebs, so you got the map pulled up. You want to fly around, maybe like look at our bases?
yeah, I just pulled up, a solo map, and here's the green obelisk we're looking at right now.
Yeah, you're just zipping around.
Yeah, so I do remember, maybe this will come back to you guys, but we had a base on the side of the hill across from the floating island in the center.
I remember that. I think it was on. I think it's kind of like right there that juts out.
Yeah, there's a big...
Right there, I think.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, we obviously were showing the video. We don't want to talk too much about
Nah,
this
well,
shit.
Gotcha.
we'll explain everything we're looking at. But I feel like it was on this overhang
I do
rock.
too. Yeah.
And I remember, I think Anthony was in there, and Simon killed his monkey or wanted to kill his monkey. And Big Shadow actually was in this server with us, and he was, I don't know, lurking around somewhere.
Yeah.
As you do.
Because I remember our first base was it was on the river. You remember that?
I don't remember where that was.
Can I drive a second?
Yeah. But yeah, it's we didn't really... Back then, it wasn't like we wanted to have any closure in our series.
Right.
And we just left the island.
We were excited to go to a new place.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess they're going to do every map, and this is the third one.
Yeah, I mean, but
Gotcha.
there was, there seems to be different stuff in this because there weren't people on it before.
People?
Like, yeah. There's like, people that you interact with and fight. Didn't the trailer kind of look like you were...
Oh, I thought that was just
PvP?
players and just multiplayer people.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, how about the submarine thing? I'm strapped on a
Okay.
big fish. Like,
Yeah,
that seemed like something that you go, what?
It
Looked
was
like
like
there was a whale,
Yeah.
and underneath it was almost like a blimp. Like imagine
exactly.
the whale is the balloon,
The flotation
and underneath
device.
is a little cockpit.
Yeah, it was neat looking. Wouldn't have to worry about breathing.
Yeah, I could be mistaken, but I remember we had like a little setup on a river.
Now that you show me this spot, I remember we were kind of buried in a canyon. Remember we had like the canyon walls, and we built like a wall.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
in? I'm not sure where that is, but
Gotcha.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's somewhere near this place.
It's neat. Yeah, I remember it was around these rivers somewhere. But yeah, it's neat to see it in HD.
Wow, that's pretty.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, well, God, the island's pretty.
I know.
You can play it on that. Yeah, there's been several times where I just stop and go like, holy fuck,
Yeah,
this looks good.
and it's enough that has like made me completely turn around on wanting to play it again. It really is though. Like I'm excited to jump in every time I record now on the island, and I'm looking forward to this again. It's like rejuvenated any interest of mine.
And you're also able to, I know that the fighting hasn't changed, right?
It hasn't. That
but
was a
no,
big,
yeah, that's at its core, it's still Ark and it's still
Yeah.
kind of sloppy.
Well,
like,
but,
it's jank.
but the jumping and being able to get on other things, though, has increased dramatically,
Yeah,
which
it's-
makes it a lot better.
Yeah, you certainly feel a little bit more agile,
At
which is
least
nice.
a
Yeah,
lot
there's some nice
more.
quality of life features they added to Ark Ascended. And of course, yeah, it looks gorgeous. And, we're lucky enough to have these PCs that can run this.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, look at those volumetric clouds. Yeah, it's purty. It's damn purty.
Now, do you think the cats, those fire cats, are
It's a lot of water on this.
probably near a volcano, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or are they
that's-
underground?
That's
You
a
gonna go
good.
find
That's a
some?
good bet. Yeah.
So I'll keep looking around. Maybe we'll find it.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe see. I hate looking at it because it makes me want to go like, let's abandon everything we've done on the island and go play on the center again.
Let's go make a train track here.
Yeah, good
We
God.
should have multiple Ark series going on, and I'll play
Oh,
in
God.
here, and then we'll play somewhere else. Why not?
No, then I'm. Oh, did it crash?
Yeah,
Ah,
it
it
crashed.
crashed.
Yeah.
A whole arc.
So it seems as though they're going to do all the maps that they did, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's something that they've absolutely said they're going to do. It's like, yeah, they're going to bring all the maps into
Gotcha.
Arks Center, or at least like Ragnarok. Oh man, I'd love to see an updated version of Ragnarok.
Oh shit.
Ragnarok was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That was a huge
That
map
was one of
too.
the best, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember it, but I remember liking it.
Champ Wild, and we had like a big,
Oh, Champ Wild.
we had a big,
Where did double whams happen?
I think that was Ragnarok.
might have
So
been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
does that ring a bell?
Yeah, it does.
Simon?
That was. It was good
Yeah, there was a lot
times.
going on there.
That was another one, our buddy Big Shadow. Like, he was in there too, and he was building everywhere because we were like, oh, that'd be a cool place to set up. And we were like, oh, nope, Big Shadow's already built a spot there.
Yeah.
And we had what's his face in as a guest.
Who?
The
Oh,
Gimp.
Mr. Moon?
Yeah,
Yeah. He was the Gimp.
the Gimp.
That
Yeah.
was there, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we
that
should
was-
bring the Gimp back at some point.
I bet he'd do it. I bet all we got to do is hit Mr. Moon up. I
what's
think
he
he's
doing
into
nowadays?
streaming more recently.
Streaming?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's streaming as a character.
I think he's if I'm not mistaken, and I don't keep up with him big time, but I think he got into the GTA roleplay and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And then started streaming that and found some success.
Nice.
But yeah, he was a great editor. I loved his videos.
Thank you to our sponsor, BetterHelp. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited exactly to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire, and you get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. And I'm a big proponent of talking to people. I've done therapy for years. And I will tell you, I have learned more about myself in therapy than I ever have trying to figure stuff out in my own head. It's great to be able to talk to somebody about things and process things. If you've never done that before and you feel like you could benefit from it, then yes, like I said, give BetterHelp a try. So take a moment and visit betterhelp.com/Neebs today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Neebs. Thank you, BetterHelp.
So what do we go for? Do you want to talk about that the Aloft thing a little bit?
We can, yeah. Well, a video is going to come out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow from when this drops.
And this was what? A couple days ago, we tried a demo for the multiplayer version of a game called Aloft. It's a new survival game set on like floating islands. And I was impressed. I guess in my head from the trailer, I was like, this just looks okay. And then when we got done playing, I was like, I want to keep playing.
It's pretty. I think a big factor is how quickly you can get the gliders, which allow you to
Yes.
just kind of fly.
I was not
everywhere.
expecting that. Yeah, because you watch the trailer and you see, like, okay, your characters have these gliders that allow you to fly. I'm like, but that's late game shit.
Not at all.
That's like fucking 20 minutes in.
Yep.
You get a glider. And
Yeah.
you can fly to any island and bounce around. I was like, that is unique. And it's so, it's so
It seems
cool.
like more of a chill game. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
well, I don't know.
zen.
Those mushroom islands
They're
they're tough.
Yeah, and I'll bet. I mean, obviously it's early game too, so I'm sure the islands get tougher and tougher. But like
Yeah.
that glider, you don't run out of. There's no stamina factor
Yeah.
to it. You can just keep gliding around. It seems. And then obviously the floating islands, depending on the amount of stuff you get, you can take control of them.
Right, yeah. You can you can put a steering wheel on one of these floating islands and sails and move it.
drive it
a
to other
rudder.
islands.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing I wasn't expecting too was the environmental thing. It's like you can fuck with the biomes of all these individual islands.
Start
Oh,
losing
right.
trees
Yeah,
and stuff.
because remember that? Yeah, well, like
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you'll see in the video, like
see.
we come back and
It's
it's
a
like,
surprise.
what's going on here? It's
Yeah.
like, no, you gotta maintain the biomes on some of these islands. It's like, okay, that's a unique feature.
But
Never
don't
would've
forget,
noticed it.
don't forget your other favorite thing, Appsro.
Which one was that?
The building.
Yes, the building. I was, basic. You know, it is your basic foundations and walls, but it has the pillars that you can make. You can really like create anything you want to out of those. Like you can just like click on a wall and it drags it. So it's like, okay, I want to drag a pillar from here to here. I think people are gonna, it's gonna have a good creative community based on that.
It seems it.
Yeah, I was like I said, I wasn't expecting much, but I walked away surprised. I'm gonna definitely be playing that with some friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it sucked.
No, we got a couple hours in on it.
Yeah.
So we just kind of scratched the surface as well, but the exploring's real. It feels fun to
I'm
go
curious
around.
where it goes because we have the starting area. It's like, okay, and then it really gears you towards starting to create an island and then taking off from that area. And I'm curious, like, okay, once you have an island that can move and it's a ship, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
How big's the map? How far out can you go? What other dangers are lurking out there?
Seems like something that would be fun, equally fun to play alone, along with friends as well. Mm-hmm. You know? I could see playing that one alone.
Oh yeah, no, it seems like it's on the chill side for
Yeah.
sure. You can get into danger. Like most of the islands don't seem to have a lot of danger on them.
Nothing
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I played the demo a while back alone, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
But like there is danger, but it's not like Ark dangerous.
Right.
There are fighting, but yeah.
But
It's-
early game, though. Where's it go, you know?
Yeah. Because I haven't played past the demo, so does it get crazy?
you're right about Ark. God, you spawn in. You don't know what the hell's around the corner in Ark.
No, you're gonna die. You're gonna die day one in Ark. You're probably not gonna die in.
Yeah, and I've been having playing Enshrouded with you guys. Enshrouded is a bit of a challenge. Like,
I love it.
It can throw a bunch of shit at you.
When you first talked about it, like the exploring is very real there. Like I
Yeah.
love taking a look at the landscape and being like, ooh, I want to go check out that house and that house, and the fact that we haven't even dug into the place much.
I know. So the map's huge.
Yeah, but I'm talking about literally digging into the world. Like
Right.
there's so much buried beneath too. I'd
Yeah.
imagine all over.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's gigantic.
Yeah.
They did a great job with that one.
And for me, it's hard to wrap my head around because of the teleporting. Like I feel like I know a place better when I walk around and I travel physically.
Oh yeah.
But when I start teleporting around, like, wait a minute, where's
It feels like we're moving
this from
on
that? Yeah.
faster than ever, even gathering the area we just
Yeah,
were.
but that map's so big, like you have to teleport everywhere.
yeah. Oh, I get that.
I guess you could fly, but yeah, something about the teleporting's nice, especially when you get later in the game. You've accessed the desert. It's like, okay, like I wish I had that in Ark sometimes. It's like, oh god, I got to fly from the desert back home. Like fuck, it's gonna take fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, especially when you could just go back home, go to the workbench, repair your shit, and then go right back to where you were just fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice way to cheat.
And it's not even cheating.
I know, but it is.
Part of
I mean,
the
it's
game.
like
no,
it.
you playing the game like no.
I mean,
I'll
No,
it
tell
you're
you
right.
what
It
feels
just
like
feels like it
cheating.
is. That's
feels
all.
like
Into
cheating.
reality.
It
Yes.
does.
You
It
can't do
does.
that in real life.
No.
No, but that's cool. Like, I mean, I did that today, so I was like, oh yeah, that works out. 'Cause today was a bitch. That's all I'll
also-
say.
You can't shoot fireballs out of a wand in real life either, Neebs.
Yeah, I got two
I guess,
wands.
but yeah, you could have a stick that shoots a projectile. Though.
Okay, freezing stuff.
Did y'all? Sometimes when I read the news, I don't know. Sometimes I don't care. I'm like, this might be fake, but I'm not going to spread it like it's real news.
Okay.
But I was reading this article about just reality based. Do you think people can grow teeth again?
What do you mean? After
Like-
they're two set?
Yeah. Like, let's say you lose teeth as an adult, and they're like, hey, now we found a way for your body to grow teeth again.
I thought there was a way with stem cells, just like gum regeneration.
Anyway, I read this article. It might be total BS, but they were saying maybe your body has an inhibitor that stops you from growing teeth.
Okay.
And they were like, hey, if we can block that thing, maybe an adult could grow teeth.
I
Well.
can see that going horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you end up looking like a
All of a
fucking.
sudden, it's grow teeth. What?
Yeah, you look like a shark by the
Yeah.
end of it.
You just growing teeth.
Or that
in
girl
places
from
you
Mortal
don't-
Kombat.
I didn't even tell anybody about my tooth in any of these, did I?
don't
No.
think
In the
so.
podcast? No.
Oh,
I don't
gotcha.
think you
Yeah.
told me about
So
the
it's
two.
been a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago? I think about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I was getting ready to go to a friend's birthday party downtown. I jump in the shower, and one of my two front fake teeth falls out in the shower randomly.
That's perfect. When you're getting all dolled up.
Oh, my God. I freaked out. It was the middle of Memorial Day weekend. So I knew it wasn't getting fixed.
So wild. It just fell out in the shower. Just
Didn't
bleh.
do shit. I don't know what if it was just
This is a cap from when you were young,
like,
right?
Yeah, because I broke my 2 front teeth out playing hockey as a kid, and so I've got like the rod, the pole, or like whatever they call the
Whatever we get.
that's going up into my gums for both of my 2 front teeth, and it just fell off. The new one that I got replaced the beginning of last year. So oh man,
I wish I had a picture. I bet you look really silly.
I do have a picture.
Okay, I want
I
to
do.
Oh, you're gonna show me? You're gonna give it to me?
I could send that to you. Of course. Why not? It's
Why wouldn't
ridiculous,
you?
and the look on my face says it all. Too.
Man, this could have been the thumbnail. Just a picture, a close-up picture. It's
true.
Door's
Door
mouth.
lost a
How
tooth.
did this happen?
Yeah, right.
Right?
And you can barely I'll zoom in a little bit, but you can see like the little nub. It's different because like the early rods that I had, they went down, and I could feel the metal before they put my fake teeth on, like with my tongue, and it was like all scratchy and fucking weird. But these new ones, however they put whatever they attach these the fake teeth to now, are a lot smaller. Kind of wish it wasn't.
Okay.
Because I feel like it would have held on more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make them twice as long.
Yeah, make
Obviously, there's
them
something
make as
wrong.
big as you need.
Let's
Make
go
them my
Bugs Bunny.
teeth.
Yeah.
Make those rods my teeth.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
They recall shit all the time. Like that's what's fucked up. It's like if that's new technology in your mouth. Like 3 years later, be like, we gotta
were doing it
recall
wrong.
that shit.
But I had to wait until Tuesday to get it put back on. But in the meantime, I finally heard back from my dentist, who was like on a vacation, of course. I called the emergency number, and he's like, "Yeah, go grab some Fixodent, put it back up there." But I'm glad it didn't like fall down the.
Oh, if it
drain
had
or
gone in the
something.
drain, that'd have been fun.
'Cause that-
So you got
That's a
Fixodent, you
process.
rub it in there and mush it back up.
Yeah, I put
and it-
some in the tooth a little bit
Okay.
and pushed it up there. But the thing is, like, even before the Fixodent, I pushed the tooth back on, and it stayed,
Okay.
which was weird. But like, I didn't feel comfortable with just
Right,
letting
yeah.
that.
That'd have been
hold
fun
it.
at a party, just hanging out, talking, and bloop.
Like, so I think about that like daily now.
I bet.
Not even
Yeah, now you
that
got a
tooth.
complex.
I'm picturing my other tooth now.
Right. Just popping out.
Because if one wasn't done right, the other one probably
That's the one I
wasn't.
feel shifting a little bit more. Every now and then I'll feel like a little.
Yeah. It's in
It'd
your
be
head,
fun if you did
but-
that at our live show. Like on
yeah,
the
that'd be-
stage.
Yeah.
But for what purpose?
People
Neebs?
would go nuts.
Would they?
They'd love it.
They're going to see it in the back row?
Neebs would love it.
Do it for the people.
Neebs would love
what? The front
your,
row?
For the
your
people.
reaction.
We have cameras. We'll get in there tight.
This is my next trick. Oh, shit. That
Great
sucked.
Doradini.
Oh, teeth. Yeah.
Man, and so when you went out that night,
Yep.
how did you feel confident that it was going to stay on?
I actually did at that point. It
Good.
felt pretty damn good, and I had my Fixodent in my pocket.
Oh man, like
And-
a stud.
So you could run to the bathroom if you needed
Say,
to.
"Hey,
You
ladies."
were prepared.
Hey.
Hey.
But I was like, my tongue was constantly just
Checking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because if it was going to fall again, I was not letting it fall out of my mouth. I was not letting anyone see it. As I share this picture with everybody out there.
Yep. You want it on your terms.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so nice that summer's upon us, but the heat is no joke. And with all the drinks out there, you need hydration that works. And that's why we have Liquid IV. Because with one stick of Liquid IV, you get superior hydration to water alone with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients. I mean, I really do use Liquid IV, and I feel like it's doing me great. Because it's really easy for me to fall behind on drinking enough water every day. So, if you're interested in the #1 powdered hydration brand in America, then go to liquidiv.com and use code Neebs at checkout. Turn your extraordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV and get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Neebs at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Neebs at liquidiv.com.
Things happen, man. I mean,
Hey, yeah, shit happens.
could be a lot worse than that. I could have had my fucking face knocked in by someone and broke out
Yeah.
other teeth,
Right.
That's yeah.
On a Memorial Day weekend, it could have been worse. Like, yeah, actually breaking your teeth
Yeah. yeah.
in half where you've got the the nerve ending
That's what happened,
there.
like, Estequia. She was, like, eating
Yeah.
some chicken wings and broke a damn tooth
Yeah.
recently.
So
she
nothing
blamed
hurt.
She blamed it on chicken wings. Remember her? She's like, these chicken wings got my teeth.
Yeah, what do you do to chicken wings?
You know bones are in there.
She's an Aussie, though.
Yeah, that's true.
They just eat the bones and all. They bite a chicken
Don't
wing
leave
right
a bit
in
of
the
gristle
middle.
left on that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we
Teeth.
like her. She's great.
Yeah.
She's been getting us in shape over here.
Oh, it's wonderful.
We got an office. We don't know what stuff just goes in that room. Boom, it just piles up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then she like organized that whole thing last week.
That was the pile I pulled out of the cable.
Yeah, so we have a cable drawer, and sometimes cable drawer comes in handy.
Oh, yeah.
sure.
All the time.
Sometimes we need a cable you never think we'd have, and we have it in there. And so she pulled it out and went through. This looks like a tangled mess, but found the wires that were broke or just no good and got rid of them, and that drawer looks way better.
Yeah. Hanging
Thank
on
you.
to a bad cable is not a good thing.
No, just like batteries too. It's like,
Oh,
man,
God. The battery thing.
how did the batteries that are dead make it back in with the batteries that aren't? That are
That
like,
seems insane to me.
Or like
Yeah, because
hanging.
they'll be in a bag sometimes. Like in my house, they'll be like sometimes just kept in a bag, and you go like, "Yeah, the shit's dead, man." Like
all
my
the-
mom's notorious for that. She'll keep
Really,
shit. Like,
taking the old battery and throwing them back in the bag with the new batteries.
like my mom will keep things and like, "Oh, this battery's too dead to do this, but I bet you it's good
It
for."
could
Oh,
do
that's
that.
insane.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
That seems crazy to me.
Well, yeah, it is.
It won't
Just
power
get
the
rid of the
razors,
battery.
No, I don't.
but it
do
might
that.
power the remote.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of hanging on to a lighter that's not working well, but you get one flick to work every 20 flicks.
Or every 5, it's an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
you're just putting yourself through hell.
Right. Just go and buy another lighter.
Move
and keep
on.
it.
Yeah,
Gotta move
just
on.
Get another damn lighter.
Maybe a
Yeah.
pen that'll write if you got the soft enough material behind the paper.
Yeah.
But these
Let it
things,
go.
you know, in a lot of people, you know, like I don't fault my mom.
I
You
do.
go like, okay, you know what? These things, they're in you. They've been ingrained in you for so long. They were obviously raised in a different time under very different circumstances.
The depression.
It wasn't the depression. She's not that fucking old. But her parents lived through the, depression. And yeah,
That was passed down.
My grandfather actually did really well during the depression. He had a weird story. Did I ever tell you guys my story? Like,
No,
he had
but I'm
like
curious.
his mother died when he was very young. His father was a junk guy, so like he was in
Okay.
the junk business. And honestly, I should know where it was, but let's just say it was somewhere in Brooklyn area.
All right.
But my grandfather, during the depression, where people were selling shit all the time, he would go around to all the auctions, and he would buy shit.
Mm.
But they had a lot of money. I guess his father ended up remarrying, and she was like, you know, fuck this kid, you know, or whatever, and basically kind of like created a rift in their relationship.
All right.
And then his father ended up cutting him off.
Oh,
'Cause-
shit.
And that was it. So then he moved on from there. But he ended up having, so he came from money, and
Okay.
then he went to nothing, and then he ended up having a family, and, you know, and then never really had hardly anything except for just middle class the rest of his life. So definitely lived, you know, was lower middle class for sure. And everything was.
Yeah, but what was his business? Was just buying and reselling stuff?
Yeah,
During the
well, it was
Depression.
in the junk business, and there was also reselling
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
And but
Is it
yeah,
called that, the
it was
junk
metal.
business?
It was metal, scrap metal,
All right.
and also it was junk. So it was like when a car would get scrapped. Like he had cars, he had like really nice cars, and then they had like but literally cars that would be stacked and turned into scrap.
A lot of money in junk.
Tons of money.
Yeah.
If you just had a truck and a trailer, you can haul stuff away for people all day. And then if you can find a use for that stuff, whether it's recycling metals or reselling it,
And if even better, if you had property to put it in the meantime or when it's in limbo.
we can store it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I saw this video the other day about this guy started a trash company just because his whole neighborhood was like, we're sick of, the way we're being treated by this trash company. And he's like, well, if the whole neighborhood feels that way and you guys will all pay me, I'll do it. And then he started a business. He bought a trash truck and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, good for him.
Because someone's got to do it in every community, don't they?
Suppose, yeah. I mean, the truck's expensive, but yeah, one trash truck, and yeah, you got a business.
Yeah.
As long as you convince enough people to like, hey, I'll haul your trash away for X amount of dollars.
In the mountains, though, it depends where you live. Like where my mom lives, there's no trash company. It's, I guess, I don't know if it's run by the county, but they just have a dump.
Right, yeah, just take it to the
Okay,
dump.
gotcha. So there was no. Okay.
And they make it very accessible because if they don't make it easy, people will just throw their junk off the side
Oh
of the mountain.
yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's got to be right there. It's got to be free. They don't charge for it because people throw it off the mountain.
Right.
That used to be Moorhead. Moorhead City, I remember growing up. It's like, we didn't, the trash truck never came. Just, we ran to the dump. You gather up, when you get 5 or 6 bags in the garage, you're like, all right, we got to make a run to the dump.
God, I don't even know what we did. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
What trash? What
You
happened
didn't have
with our-
garbage men?
Well, I guess I just don't remember them. It's not popping
Yeah.
in my head. What I was thinking this whole time is like in our tiny ass town of Cologne, Minnesota. It was like less than 1,000 people when I graduated. Granted, the city had plows. Their whole like armada of snow plows that would tackle the big highways and stuff. But like within the tiny towns, there's probably like 3 or 4 dads in town that would attach the plows to the front of their day-to-day pickup or whatever, and just kind of took it upon themselves to clear out the town itself
But
and the roads.
that wasn't in the town budget?
They do that in the mountains too.
I don't think
a lot
it
of
was
people
in
have their own plows.
I don't think. I think it
Oh,
was
no,
just
people
kind of
do,
a
but-
community thing. I think it was just
Okay.
kind of.
Yeah. Small town like that though, you don't want to wait for the county. You're like,
Yeah.
I got to get out of my driveway, so they just
We got a small
Hook
town,
up
but we had that.
and go.
But
we
we
had
didn't,
we had the
like,
town took care of it.
We didn't have a police force. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we didn't even have a fire department. Well, we did have a little fire, whatever. It was like one.
Volunteer, yeah.
Yeah, volunteer thing. But police would come from a different town and drive through our town like 5 minutes every day.
Y'all
Yeah,
doing
you
good
can't-
over
it's
here?
Yeah, you all good? And that was it. Yeah, small town life.
Oh, yeah.
The weird thing at the dump, like I feel like they always have signs saying, "Don't leave stuff out." Like they want everything in the dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people go there and they're like, "Hey, this entertainment center's still good. I don't want to throw it in the dumpster. I want to put it beside the dumpster."
So someone could grab it.
But they don't like that because then they can't just go in with the trucks and grab it.
Right. It's a
But
problem.
I think it should be encouraged in some way. If something can be reused.
There needs to be a little section called freebies.
But then somebody,
Sidewalk.
I understand that. Yeah,
no sidewalk.
do that
It's a
because
dump. At
now,
home.
Yeah,
Well,
you
no one lives
you
near each
shouldn't do
other.
it. That
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
work like that.
So just
Neebs.
be in a cabin in
It's
the
a good
woods.
idea, but
They're
you're
fair.
creating more work for other people. It's
I
like
know.
for other people are saying, "Oh, I think this is junk."
look,
and you know
I
what?
grew
There's
up-
a lot of crazy people
grew
that
up
are
like your
putting
mom.
out shit.
I don't like to waste stuff.
I know. Then that's why you leave it on the side of the road or in front of your house, and you say, "Take it."
She
'Cause
puts
you
old
can't- you don't-
batteries out by the side of the house.
Yeah.
Didn't she?
Well,
Set them out there.
you understand the people don't live near each other, right? If it's beside their house, it just stays in their yard.
Yeah, then go bring it somewhere else. Go donate it to a place because that's what's really good. I love donating things. I don't like to waste things either. I very much am into like, all right, I got shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to somebody. Even if I quote unquote wasted my money on it, at least it's not going to go in a dumpster.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that small towns don't have. They don't have
Yeah.
the infrastructure. Even like, I don't know if they still do this, but they used to have a bus that came by for the DMV. When's the bus going to be here so we can get our license?
Oh,
It was
Really?
Like it was like portable. That may have changed by now, but
I'm sure.
Portable DMV. That sounds nice.
do you think our license will become electronic soon?
That's a good question.
Point in having that carrying around. Right?
Carrying anything really.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It's like, oh, let me see your ID. You're like, whoop, scan my phone. There it is.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Just app.
Yeah. Just here. Here's my QR code.
It's probably
Right.
too easy to hack. But then again, so is the license, right?
Everything
I mean, they have the
is,
shit.
really.
They're just
Yeah,
scanning
yeah.
that shit in your car.
Yeah.
So why have to carry it
You
around?
think you could just tell them your name and a number, and they could pull it up and go, "Yep, that's you."
Yeah, it's bullshit
Yeah.
that you should have to carry it, and they can give you a ticket for not carrying it. Just like anything else, you go like, "Yeah, have my fucking license plate has
Yeah,
my
you've got
registration
all this
information.
info together.
You know everything's linked together. Why do I got to show you a little piece of paper?
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
Another fine?
It almost seems like in 20 years, a wallet will be like an old man thing. Like, who has a wallet anymore? Just got your phone. Phone's
Yeah.
got your money on it. It's got your ID on it. It's got everything on it.
Warmer days are here. So get ready for the summer with Factor's menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh and never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are this summer, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious and great tasting meals. I mean, I love Factor, and I am picky with food, and I love being able to rely on that. I don't have to worry about it meal. It's taken care of, and I know that I'm going to be doing better. I'm going to be choosing better than fast food or some other quick stuff I'm just going to grab. It's nice to avoid to have to go shopping for dinners and forgetting things and taking forever to wander around the store. There's so many reasons why Factor can be a perfect fit for you. So why don't you head to factormeals.com/Neebs50 and use code Neebs50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code Neebs50 at factormeals.com/Neebs50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Thank you, Factor.
On that junk thing, it made me think of I really enjoyed Tasha's new podcast that he's been doing. It's I just love it. I love who he chooses to interview. It's like never really anybody famous or anything, but like
The people that answer their emails, I bet, and get back to Tosh.
maybe. But toward the end of the show, he gives each guest a gift. And it's something he just wants to fucking get rid of from his house.
Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
always just
That's great.
shit that he doesn't want around.
I mean, that's just Christmas.
It's awesome. And it's like some random ass shit. I love it.
That's great.
And they feel obligated.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
being
thanks.
Of course,
recorded
you
on
just
his
take it
show.
and throw it away, or give it, or not, or donate it to somebody.
Give it
you
to
know?
somebody else. Take it by the dump. and sit it out.
Exactly.
It's just a
Yeah, just
he
set
has-
it out.
He has no shame. He don't give a fuck. It's great.
Just imagine people cursing you out. There's that dumb fucking
Yeah. And my mom
skinny
once.
fucking white kid just
Well,
dumping shit on the side here.
so-
Nobody wants that shit. I gotta have to move it.
So I go to my mom's about once a year to help out.
Yeah.
You know, clean out the gutters, bring down
Yeah.
some trees,
Yeah.
whatever. And then I remember like one time she's like, "Hey, this wardrobe's still good, so just set it out there." And I'm like, "They got that sign," and she's like, "Yeah, I know, but people do it all the time. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Man, now I feel like I'm an accomplice, you know."
You are.
So
They got the sign.
and I have a truck, so I'm out there trying to like drop it off real quick,
Yeah.
and get out of there before someone's like, "Hey, that's got to go in the dumpster." And I gotta say, "Look, Mom said."
And they'll understand.
Listen, Mama told me
Depends.
to do this.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Depends on who it is.
Yeah. I got you. Abs, you had a fun weekend, huh?
Man, I did. I did something like wildly out of my wheelhouse. I participated in a sailboat race.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start. I went down to Southport, cute little river town, probably about 45 minutes away from Wilmington. And I decided to stay at an inn down there for 2 nights. So first night, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to hang out in Southport, go get something to eat. And I went downtown, was having a glass of wine out, talking to some locals. And this guy I was talking to was like, this guy looks familiar as hell to me, but I can't figure it out. So I eventually asked him, I was like, man, your face looks really familiar. Have you been in like local movies or anything like that? He's like, oh, yeah, I used to. You ever hear of Hank and Jed? And I'm like, what? It's like, yes, I have heard of Hank and Jed.
You're like, "Have you?"
Yeah. Like, okay, what's going on? This guy's his name was Johnny. Oh, I'm forgetting his last name.
Blanton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Blanton.
Oh.
So yeah, I ran into him, and I guess he was like an extra in the wave your hands in the air like you just don't care sketch.
So he was in that skit.
Yeah. But yeah, I ended up hanging out with him and his lady all night and going out and eating. Had some great food. It was just turned into a wonderful evening. He's a cool guy. And then, then the next day, woke up, went down to the marina, and I'm going on a sailboat. This was my friend Dana. I think she's known as Trip the Day.
Trip the day.
A friend of all of ours.
Yeah.
The community.
In the Neebs community. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's awesome. But her husband, Rob, he has a sailboat, and he's gotten into these sailboat races. And he's always looking for a crew. And he's like, hey, come aboard. I'll teach you what to do. He's like, he taught me just how to, like, run this one winch.
Okay.
It's like, okay. It's like when we need to tighten the jib, it's like you bring this rope, you wrap it around this winch, you tighten it up, and then when I say release, you release it. And then we go to the other side, and you tighten it up. So it was like one guy was on the other side, I was on one side, and then during the race, as we're like going back and forth, it's like, okay, we're about to come about, we're about to turn, and so the jib needs to go from one side to the other. So this side has to release, and then this side has to tighten up. And the race is all about how fast can you release and then tighten up and get back into the wind.
Okay.
So we ended up taking 3rd place, I think, out of 9 boats.
Damn.
So yeah, we did all right. And since we were in 3rd place, we got to go schmooze at the after party.
Oh.
Yeah, it was it just turned into a wonderful day.
How long was the race?
The race was about 2.5 hours.
But how far? Do you have any idea?
We had to go. You had to go out to a buoy, turn around, come back, and then turn around, and go back out to the buoy, and come back in. So it was almost 2 laps. maybe a couple of miles.
So you finish third.
Yeah.
Everyone starts off at the same position,
No, not really.
or is it a timed event?
There's like handicaps is a time thing. It's like your boat
Okay.
starts at this time, your boat starts at this time, your
Gotcha.
boat starts at this time, and they're based on like the size of the boat, the size of your sails, and all that. I don't know how the fuck
Right.
they calculate it. But we had like, okay, your boat starts at like fucking 12:05. It's like
Right.
so. We're looking at the clock, we're waiting for 12:05, and at 12:05 you hear, "Brr," that means you go.
Game on.
right.
Yeah.
And you have no idea how you're finishing in comparison to anyone else
Until you
until
finish.
you finish.
No, Rob had it figured out. Like he would look and he's like, okay, so that guy went first, that guy went second, that guy went third. So we need to do this. Like, yeah, he knew who we had to pass.
Okay.
Was it intense feeling? Like, did it feel like a race?
Moments there were, yeah, because you're going back and forth. Like we're going up the channel and you're just kind of zigzagging up the channel, coming about and just trying to catch the wind. But the other boats are right in there with you. So some of the times, like we're like, we don't want to lose speed. So it is kind of like, okay, who's going to turn first? Like the boats are heading right at each other.
It's a game of chicken at that point?
A little bit.
That's
But
that's
yeah, you're
where
kind of coming.
arguments
So
come
then you
from.
gotta go like, oh, but you get like you'll get as close as you can. It's like there's a couple times it was like, man, we're getting really close to these guys, but it was like you got to. It's like if we turn too much, we're gonna lose speed. We don't want to lose speed.
I have another really, really good question.
What's that?
If you didn't happen to run into them, were they just not going to have that job covered?
No, it was a different. You were there for one meeting, right? It had nothing to do with the people you met the first night.
Oh no, I got invited. No, I
The
got
next day.
invited to go out.
Oh, you were already in now.
specifically.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah,
that
no,
was a-
yeah. This was a completely
separate-
different crew.
So it was
yeah.
a really dumb question.
That
I
was
just
Yes.
really
Yes.
No,
you
yeah.
said the opposite. And I'm going like, why are you even saying this is a really, really good question?
I don't
You
know why.
sarcastic?
No, the
You
sailboat
were.
race was why I was down there to begin
Yeah,
with.
yeah,
right.
It just
Yeah, that was
happened
really
the
dumb of me.
night prior I ran
Yeah.
into Johnny and had a good
Yeah.
time.
Absro's is like if he could get up and go somewhere early, but instead he's like, I'm going to go there the night before. I'm going to get a hotel. I'm going to have some drinks.
Well, I wasn't. I'll tell you what. The hotels down there, the little inn I like to stay at during on season, they sell 2 nights. They won't sell you one night anymore, which is bullshit.
They don't want to clean your room for
Yeah.
one night?
Yeah. So there's like, nope. If you're here, you got to stay 2 nights and on season.
oh, really?
How
Yeah.
often do these races happen?
I think he's in a circuit, and I think he's doing 5 races. But the one we did was a different race. It was like put on by the Southport Yacht Club or whatever. But the circuit he's doing. There's 5 races, and I want to say there's one every few weekends.
Yeah, I want to do that sometime.
Yeah,
That
no, I'll
sounds
get you out
great.
there.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it is. Yeah, it
fun.
is. It's interesting. I'd never done anything like that in my life, and then as I'm doing it, I was like, "Yep, I could see why people get into this shit. Like, it's fun."
I kind of want to. We should all be on different boats.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Or just us with no captain.
Yeah, not knowing how to do any of it.
I would love to do it with you guys.
Yeah, that would be great. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
keep
it's wild.
saying we should enter stuff. Like, I don't know, whether it's a soap derby.
Oh God, that'd
Or-
be fun.
I mean, the soap derby for sure would
Anything.
be a lot of fun. Just nothing that's,
Tough Mudder?
no.
Us? Team?
Yeah, I
I
don't
Team
wanna
want
do
Neebs?
a
to
soapbox
do damn
derby,
tough
please.
mudding.
I was supposed to do the Spartan in June in like Staten Island, and I canceled. And if it wasn't Spartan, it was something else. So I was kind of half-assed preparing for that, and then when it got canceled, I stopped preparing. But something like that, a 3 or 5 mile
Yeah, I'm good.
thing,
Yeah.
obstacle course.
Simon was
Okay.
down to a 5-minute mile, and they canceled it. And he's like,
Yeah.
why bother?
Yeah, I have zero. Like, I know a lot of people are into marathons and something like that. Me, I'm like, I have zero interest.
Yeah.
in
Last
running
time I was in,
marathons or in doing that shit.
nah, like a 5K or
Obstacle
something's
course.
all right.
Or what?
5K, something kind of short.
Yeah, something short I'd
Yeah.
do, but
Well-
I don't go out of my way to do those. I don't know. Some people, some people are into them. They're like, well, where's the next one happening?
It's fun to do something like, yeah, people are nuts about it.
Yeah.
Like a 5, I've had fun at 5Ks.
5Ks are fine.
They're not that long.
I mean,
and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
boring is it?
It's
though?
boring
like,
shit.
At least like
You go
the
like, oh, what are you doing?
no, it's like
the s-
community stuff. There's
the s-
people everywhere cheering, and there's a party, and there's food. and-
Tough Mudder or the Spartan or any of these things, which I haven't done any of them, but I have friends who've done them a lot. It's more about the community, the group that you're in,
Yeah,
and helping
yeah.
them through these obstacles. And the obstacles are fucking. Some of them are really brutal.
Okay.
So
See, that
you
that
have to
sounds
be
fun to me.
into that.
Yeah, fun.
You know, like-
obstacles sound fun.
I don't want to do anything like there's some really cold underwater shit. You don't have to do every single one, but I'm not into any of that shit. Or like electrocuting like shit, you getting shocked.
Oh yeah,
by
fuck
shit.
that. Well, Neebs, you brought up a community. Like there was one thing in Southport I really loved. So after the race, the yacht club or whatever is hanging out on this dock and we're eating. But I guess this particular dock, the fishermen of Southport will come by like on their boat and kind of go right by the dock and they'll hold up the fish they caught that day. And everybody cheers. So it's just kind of like, yeah, you start noticing. It's like, oh, this guy's comes like, hey, yeah, good job. And then one guy came and like held up his damn kid. It's like,
Nice.
it was like, yeah, good job.
Here's
I was
something
like,
come
that's a
out.
cute little community thing they got going.
I saw a buddy of mine post the other day, 2 days ago, and said he just joined, he's a bartender downtown, great guy, just joined a water gun assassin tournament starting June 9th downtown.
Water gun assassin tournament.
But you don't have to play day one if you can't make it. Handful of industry folks and regulars, holler if you want to play, and I'll send you the info. Water gun assassin tournament.
I'm curious.
I am too.
What are the rules of this?
I don't
Is
know.
it like
I have
yeah,
assumptions.
It's like paintball.
I would say
water guns?
I have an idea of one way to do it right off the bat. I don't know why it jumped in my head, but you'd have, okay, everyone sign into an app, almost like a 360 type app, which is like somewhere where you could track everyone that you give permission to, right? When you go, okay, there's 50 people, we're all signed in, we all know where the other person is at all times. And if I end up shooting you when you're out and about in a sneaky way, you're out, you've been eliminated.
Okay.
So anyway, that could be like one way.
Do you have to squirt the guy and like whoever you squirt cannot see you?
Maybe, but you have to just squirt them first. If you walk up to them,
I wanted the rules,
and
yeah.
you. But anyway, I'm just throwing out a
everyone-
theory.
would everyone
This is
have a
all
water gun?
speculation.
Of course,
you'd
total
imagine.
speculation, but I can see it working.
Would everyone have a water gun in your?
Of course.
So
in your,
it's going to be a shootout.
I just sent him a message because I
Yeah.
want to find out
Yeah,
about
but
it.
you have to do it in a sneaky way. I don't know. Of course. What am I? I'm just throwing shit
You're
out
just
there.
speculating.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Wouldn't it be neat if one guy had it, and then there's like Secret Service people, and if they see a gun, they got to tackle him, or the guy gets away
Hold
with
on,
it.
I'm looking it up. Water gun assassin
Well,
rules.
yeah, and I'm getting the info from him.
Maybe
All right,
this
water gun. Here, I'm just gonna. This is just a quick Google search. Water gun assassin is a game where players use water guns to eliminate other players, and the last player standing wins. The game is known as senior assassins,
Yeah.
often played by high schoolers off campus. However, the rules can vary by location, and some say the game can. Players can only eliminate targets outside of safe zones, such as city blocks with occupied ICC houses, streets or not. If a target catches a player firing or about to fire, and they aren't hit, the attack fails.
They aren't hit. Gotcha.
So,
So if you see me
dodge
and
it
I'm
or something,
shooting at you exactly, and then I shoot and don't hit you,
then you're out.
I'm out.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, players may be assigned a random target to tag with a water gun. Okay, interesting.
Well,
Yeah, I feel like I still don't understand how this.
yeah,
is
I
fucking
asked for
working.
more info. I'll follow up on that.
It's a battle royale with water guns, but how
Yeah.
do you know? Okay, so there's safe zones.
It seems there's got to be a lot of trust, like honesty, and
A lot of people need to have a lot of time on their hands too.
well, it's a lot of industry people during the day if they're bartending that night. If it's industry people, whatever the case might be. Maybe that's why they're doing it that way, or the majority are industry.
I'd like to do like a fun Iron Man where you like bike downhill, and then maybe you inner tube.
Yeah,
Again.
down a river.
Yeah, and then I don't know, maybe a gentle canoe ride or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be like a relay. We got a team,
Yeah.
but everything's kind of fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to do as fast as you can.
See, we could literally organize one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we just had like 4 things, and the deal is, yeah, like I'm into best time. Let's try
Yeah.
to do this. But like you said, make them all really fun and reasonably easy.
Yeah, we're not
Thanks.
running 26 miles or whatever.
No,
Nah.
and we're not biking uphill because that's fucking miserable.
Downhill.
Yeah,
for the
downhill,
birds.
straight and slight. I don't want to go too fast, or I could hit the brakes.
Man, I think soapbox would be
So box would be
jam.
fucking great. Oh, like a challenge, like right there would be awesome. If you're like, all right, when you get to the part of the race, you've got to assemble it. So It's not like you got to make
Assemble it.
one, but I'm just saying if this was like a challenge like Survivor or something like that, it'd be cool to get from one checkpoint to another. And as a part of the race, you got, 20 pieces you got to put together,
Yeah.
follow the directions, and then get in the fucking thing and race it.
Or what
Scrap
about
mechanic.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, I was just thinking of scrap mechanic. Like, what if it was like 3 different terrains, and you have a car, a little thing that rolls down, but then you got to add the thing so that it'll float, and then you got to go across the water.
Oof. Yeah.
And then
So-
Like it's a triathlon, but with your soapbox.
That makes things a lot simpler because now you're just focusing on 3 things for the entire race.
yeah.
Simpler.
I mean, no, meaning at least
Right.
it's just 3 things. The
Yeah.
concept. It's
Yeah.
not simpler to perform at all.
Man, that'd be fun.
And then you got to maybe slide across a pole, across a ravine, like in scrap mechanic.
Yeah, exactly. Totally
Yeah.
safe.
If it wasn't
It's
high,
just the-
if
Yeah.
it was just like
whatever you call it.
something soft or above a river and it's not too high.
Just over a creek.
And
Yeah.
would you have to be in it when you do that?
They would have to find a way to make it safe.
I
Yeah,
know.
no, I mean,
What's the third
can you
terrain?
just zip
though?
line it?
We need a third terrain.
I mean, just getting it across via the pole. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can't
it's
lawsuits.
about a lot
We can't
was.
have people getting hurt and suing everybody.
Yeah.
We had a full recording week this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
very
decided
much.
like we have a hard time staying up with all the recording, so we decided to do an extra day of recording this week, which to me is probably the worst week we could have done it.
Oh,
right,
sure.
right
Because-
after your vacation.
Well, after my vacation, and I got kind of sick over the weekend, and so I had a runny nose. Then by the time we came in on Monday to record, my chest was just, and my head were just
Ugh,
full of junk.
jeez. Yeah, you can hear. I mean, you can still hear it on you.
Yeah, it's still there.
That's the
And-
thing. Yeah, we're gonna have probably what, like 3 weeks of videos now with you sounding like
yeah.
hell.
So our most like recording intensive week, I sound like trash. It's gonna be like Neebs is sick for like 4 months.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel
Is
that
he
way.
okay? He's been sick
Yeah.
for a while.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, maybe hopefully you'll rest up this weekend.
I should be good by Tuesday.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed next Tuesday.
Right.
Back at it. Mm-hmm. For my vacation, and I'm leaving.
That's right.
So long, suckers.
Yeah, that's right.
You get out, and that's one of the reasons we did some extra recording because
Yeah.
you're gonna be gone. Sounds be gone a little bit.
Summertime, man. I want to get out. I want to travel a little bit in the summertime.
I hear you.
I still got to figure one trip. I got to figure where the hell to go for like a week.
Well, have you tried Florida?
Southport?
No, this is what
But New
you
York.
know. Apster is a big Florida guy.
Yes, because
And yet I get told I go there all the time.
I got
He
friends
loves-
in Florida,
You do?
yeah.
I know I had family there. I'd get made fun of every time I went. Going back to Florida. Or you
Or
go
New
to New
York.
York? Oh yeah, like every time you go to the mountains, nobody makes fun of you. You go to see Mama.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
not
family.
vacation though. Let's go see mom.
I know. I got family in New York too, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to going away. Yeah. I know I'm going to come off as the bad guy here, but I'll use that as an opportunity to maybe get people to throw their comments out there. I saw some video. It was like, oh, you know, the headline was like, oh, this mom was talking about how she'll leave her cart in the parking lot of a grocery store,
Okay.
and
What do you mean leave it?
she has no
not
problem
bringing it-
leaving her cart and not bringing it to the place that,
I remember hearing
that
about this.
everyone's supposed to go.
You mean like the place that she won't put it even in the thing
In the
that's
ho-
in
cart
the parking
holder.
lot?
Well,
The
even
cart
in
holder?
the thing, that's the good thing that people are supposed to do.
Right.
You
It's
would
the opposite.
expect
Yeah.
Well, some
people-
people will go as far as go, you know what? I'm
gonna
going to
bring
take
it
it
all the way
back
back.
inside the
Sometimes
store.
I do.
And some people are nuts.
Okay.
But
She won't even do the minimum.
well, I listened to it because I have a similar opinion,
Okay.
I'm curious.
and so I want to listen to her and see if it's the same reason that I have.
Hit me.
And no, hers was like, if you have your kids in the car, do you want to leave them alone
Oh
to
my
bring
God.
it back? And I'm
Fuck
just
you.
like,
It's right there.
I
Oh
know.
my
I mean,
God.
and it isn't always right there. But
It's-
some
it's
people
still
don't.
kinda
and
right
It's
there.
right there. I've been in parking lots.
So
It's
have
always
I.
right there.
No, I've been to parking lots.
It's
well,
almost-
it depends what your right there is.
It's almost every. It's almost
yeah,
every.
They're always
one.
right there.
Okay.
All right, carry
So
on.
anyway, I'm like, oh, that's silly.
And her kids are dumb.
Yeah. And half the people are like, oh, I wouldn't leave my kids either. And then the other half of the people are like, you got to bring that back, you know, whatever. And I'm like, I don't understand why the fuck everyone's so offended by this whole cart thing and how everyone's got this big superiority complex about like, oh, you have to do that. Like, how do you not do that?
It's a courtesy.
You're subhuman if you don't do it.
You're not
I was a
subhuman, you're
cart
just
boy,
an asshole.
But
Yeah.
people, right. Really, that makes you an asshole.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
you
it
an
kinda
asshole.
does.
There's the
Kinda
cart thing right there.
Right.
Why do we have this?
That-
So when you're down in your cart, you fucking put your cart back, and your cart doesn't hit other people's cars.
Have you ever
So don't be an
worked-
asshole and take your cart, put it back where the fuck it's supposed to go.
Oh,
I
got that
agree.
thing.
I'm with
That's
you.
it. Hey, listen. Hey, that's your opinion.
I think
Okay.
if you're
I was a cart boy and I did it for a job.
if you're an
So do
able-bodied
I.
person, you should do it.
What was
You know,
that?
If you're able-bodied and
Do it.
I could see if you got the kids and it's a mess, you're like, but usually in the store, like, do you need help? They will help you
Yeah.
at checkout.
I don't think it's a big deal. I returned my cart, but I don't understand the people that I witness who get into a fucking tizzy like you just did. Because I really don't. It's like you go, okay. And again, I was a cart boy. That was my job. I wasn't just like worked in a grocery store and did it sometimes. My job was you're
Cart boy.
outside and you're doing carts. And I didn't give a fuck. And guess what? That gave me a job. There are people who do it.
Right here. I got my hand
Okay,
up.
yeah.
Okay. So what are the problems, the obvious problems with leaving your cart out in the parking lot? Hitting other cars, being in the way of other cars when they want to park, just being a fucking nuisance and a hindrance, and it's just kind of like disrespectful. It's like, get that out of the way. And like a lot of these carts, they have the ads on them. If there's a proper win, that's going to be like it turns into a sale.
Oh, it happened all the time.
It's going.
Yeah.
Like, why would you even leave
So
that
we're not
as an
worried
option
about
to
cart
people?
boy. We're worried about
Just,
We're worried
everybody.
about other people's
everybody.
cars.
yeah, just being respectful to
I-
other humans.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I return the cart, but I don't get so upset if people don't. If I see one, I don't
I
go,
think it's lazy.
oh my goodness, I can't believe these fucking people. I take the cart
I think most
in
people
myself.
don't, yeah.
Okay.
And you guys seem to, or I see so many people who get so worked up over it,
I'll
and
think
I don't
like, oh, that person's
understand it.
I just think that person's a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's
I know,
all.
and that's what's
it.
so
It's like,
weird.
wow, you're a
I-
piece of shit. You can't take the time. You can't take the 5 seconds that it takes to walk your fat ass
Right.
over and put the cart back.
You're my point.
like, come on.
Yeah, you're my point.
I think it's lazy
My point
too.
is you
It's
get
lazy.
so
It's
offended that
self-centered.
you think that person who didn't do that
Is a piece of shit.
piece of
I kinda-
shit.
I kinda
And
do
it's-
too.
But
Yeah.
I kind of think
I don't go
that's
that far. I
weird.
think
It's like
it's-
seeing someone like,
I think it's
you don't
ignorant.
know who that person is.
It's true.
It's like you're calling them
I know
a
they're
piece of shit.
I know
over
they're
that.
lazy enough not to be able to take a cart back to where it's supposed
Or
to go.
maybe
that's
they were
a,
never
that's
taught
piece
that.
of shit activity.
Well, that I think
if they're
you're-
lazy enough for that, they're probably lazy enough for 1,000 other things in their lives. So I'm thinking piece of shit.
and I'm thinking you're guessing.
I might be guessing.
I'm thinking you're a big time guesser who's making a
know
total
what?
assumption, and my point is you're getting so worked up over it. I
Well,
find it to
'cause-
be funny and weird.
Look,
that's all.
we live in a society. We have rules.
yeah, I
The
know.
rules.
Those are the same
people
kind
get
of people.
worked up
They
over
are the
carts
same
in a
people
weird
that'll
way.
bowl at the same time as you in the next lane. No courtesy.
I would never do that. But you know what? Those people were never taught, and I think that the cart thing
It's
is
pretty
a
obvious what
small
you're-
thing
yeah.
in the grand scheme of things out there to call people a piece of shit over.
No, I do know people who think they're somehow gaming the system when they, I don't know, park in front of the store and get out and go do their stuff
Oh my
instead
God.
of
Oh
the
man,
parking lot.
that's become a
Or
fucking
leave their
pandemic
cart.
around here.
Fuck
But
them.
these
Right.
people, and they're not bad.
epidemic.
I have family like this.
Unless they're handicapped.
that doesn't
But I'm
make 'em
not saying
a
they're.
piece of
I'm not
shit.
saying they're a bad person.
Right.
But they almost like think like I look at a society as I'm a part of a cog here.
Mm-hmm.
If we all work together and we don't litter and we put our carts back, we all live in a better society. So I think when you got the person that goes, well, what's better for me? You get enough of those people in your society, then it's kind of tipped to the other side where like, man, this is kind of a crappy, community we have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I don't understand why people get so upset over
I
it.
just explained why.
All right.
My perspective.
It doesn't
Perspective. I don't.
I mean, I'm not going to start picketing over it. You know what I mean? Like you say, I'm getting that upset. If I see someone do it, I just go, that guy's a piece of shit, and I move on with my life.
Well, yeah, it depends
That's
on
not
what.
so upsetting.
No,
Slashes
I
their
mean, it
tires.
depends on. But your judgment is extremely harsh. I guess that's my point. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and you
fun
go,
to say, though.
And that's just
That's a
it
piece of
is.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I find
It's
that's,
like
that was
if I'm
my
driving
point.
behind a guy and he's smoking a cigarette and he tosses his cigarette out
Fuck
the
him.
window.
Piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
a-
it's
that's-
a piece of shit.
it's
I
piece
think
of shit
that's
activity.
I think it's a
Littering.
bad move. I don't think you should do it. I think that this guy is making a big mistake, but I don't think he's a piece of shit.
But it's selfish, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
I
he's a
don't
piece of
care
shit.
if the world's
Selfish.
dirty for everyone else.
Selfish and not educated, but
Yeah.
not a piece of shit. Not in my opinion.
Could still be a very
Leaning
likable
towards-
person.
Might be a
but-
piece of shit. might be a guy who goes home and treats his kids like shit, or he might be a really good person who does all these other things great, and he has these like
I doubt
few
it.
things that he does. I know, but you know what? That's an assumption. We always talk about assumptions.
Yeah.
And it's
You're right.
convenient how it's like, well, you're making an assumption to make your point, but then when someone else says it to you guys, you're like,
Yeah,
"Uh-huh,"
I
you
get what you're
laugh
saying.
at it.
He might, you might be a guy that leaves
might
his
be.
cart out, but he also is like the greatest guy in the world.
It's an indicator of maybe being a piece of shit.
See,
Yes.
I have parked in front of things before, and it is something that I've done maybe 5% of my life. I'm not a piece of shit.
Why do you do that?
I've just done it.
Do you think you're better
Doesn't
than everyone
make me-
else in the
No.
parking lot?
I will sometimes think that my time, and I think that I'm in like a really big rush, and I
Right.
think that this will save me. It might be an anxiety thing
Okay.
for some people.
I mean, can see, like, let's say you've been stung by a bee, and you're like, I don't have time
I'm
to
glad.
find.
I'm
I don't have
glad.
time to find a parking place. I need Benadryl.
yeah, that makes sense
But
to
that
me.
does-
I'd say go for it.
But the point is that doesn't make me a piece of shit.
You know where Lowe's Foods on College Road, not far from where our billboard was and stuff like that. We were there this weekend shopping for a couple things, and someone did that right in that lane, right up next to like the store, and it wasn't in front of Lowe's Food. It was in front of one of the other stores by it. And watching what that was doing, cars were lined or like backed up on each side of it because only one could go around it at a time. It legit like blocked.
Yeah, now you've created a safety
flow.
hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's piece of shitty.
I understand that. Like double parking was the equivalent
Yeah.
up in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, just because like with the cart thing, I never understood what the big deal was. I don't
Other
think you have
cars.
to be perfect with it, but I just don't understand the whole piece of shit thing.
Good debate though.
But you guys are basically calling me a piece of shit
little
because
bit,
I've
I'm
done
a
it
little bit.
before, and I just don't get it.
Well,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
it depends on the situation, but I
Yeah.
think it's more ignorance. Sometimes people go, "Hey, don't do this because of that," and you go, "Oh, that makes sense." Like when I used to visit someone's house, and they kind of have like just you park on the road. Sometimes my tires would be in their grass. I didn't really think about it. And someone's like, "Hey, you're gonna kill the grass there." I'm like, "You know what? You're right. I never thought about that." And
Yeah,
then
as simple as it was, I never really thought of the carts going on
hitting cars.
hitting cars.
Yeah,
so
'cause
that's
I-
not something. But like,
I
if
work-
I were done it, I would put it up on the grass, like half up to be like hold it there. But it's
Yeah,
again, not
that's
something I
something-
did often at all.
When
It's
I was
just-
a cart boy back in the day, that's something we dealt with a lot because people wouldn't put the carts back where they're supposed to. So gust of wind would come along, it would catch the cart, and it would roll it, and they would either hit a car, or it would take the cart so far out that now the cart boy has to let go and pull 3 or 4 carts out of a ditch.
Yeah.
because someone was fucking lazy.
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, so
Isn't it?
maybe that's why I'm passionate about it because I
Very
was a guy
passionate.
pulling carts out of a ditch.
Yeah,
I was like, just put your goddamn cart in the thing. How hard is it?
I guess it wasn't windy in New York because never saw any of these carts rolling around in the wind.
Yeah.
Hey, well, here's
So-
something. I used to work at a department store, and especially around the holidays, people. I mean, I
when I met
realize
you.
sometimes you want to open something and take a look, but if I open something in a store, I make sure I can put it back the way I found it.
Yep.
Take a look. Okay, yep. Seal
What
it
are you
back
talking
up.
about?
Like,
what?
give an example of a
So let's
a
say
product.
it's a department store. It's Christmas time. Somebody wants to take a look at these porcelain angels or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
So they will
box.
pull them out of the box, styrofoam's out, cardboard's out, angels on the floor. Nah, I don't like that. Leave it. And then maybe open like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And just leaving open stuff all in the aisle, in your department. And you're like, this lady's going to just open up all
Yeah,
these boxes.
I don't like that.
No, it's
And
crazy.
now it's not easy to get this stuff back in like it came,
Yeah.
No.
They're not dealing with it,
Like that used to drive me nuts.
Oh, that's awful.
isn't it?
But,
Fucking carts.
we should try to treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
They should make that a rule.
It's the golden one, I believe.
Yeah.
Treat people like you want to be treated. I was like, well, I was the cart boy. I was happy to have that job.
So I
So
tell
I
you,
would just go constantly and get the carts. Oh, you leave it right there. Great, I got it.
Yeah.
if you
That's part of my job.
if you just your vehicle now, like if just you went out into the parking lot and you saw there was a nice 3-inch scratch from a cart that someone left out there that left on your vehicle that happened to ram into your car, Would you not think about this a little bit different? Maybe.
Of course, it would hit home. But like I said, it's never happened. I didn't
Right.
see it,
Yeah.
and it's also part of my reasoning behind this too. Is these businesses need to have and should always have somebody out there moving and hustling, and it should be something that they're doing. It's like if you have the argument of like those cart guys, you need to be doing it. No, that's their job.
But the
'Cause I
cart
did it.
guys,
Yeah, it's not.
around
That's
here,
not the only job.
Yeah,
No,
they
but-
bag groceries. They stock
Yeah.
shelves. They do
Yeah,
everything.
it's not their
Yeah.
own.
And then they go get carts.
I did it.
Yeah, but that was your one place.
Yeah,
All
I
the
know
grocery
that.
stores I go to, the same guys that grab carts also stock shelves and bag.
One of them
stuff,
breaks
and
off
Right,
every
yeah.
here and there and
They're only,
grabs them
they're
from
only
the
out
things.
there whenever the deposits
You
get
need to
full.
have 4 people out there at all times,
sounds
walking
great.
around, have them armed just in case somebody's
Walkie-talkies.
You know,
Yep.
because there are crazy people out there who just roll their cart just like they're the wind,
Yeah,
and they just leave that shit
You're
going.
free.
You need to police it.
free the cart.
That's
Go
it.
home, cart. Go home.
Or people that take the cart. We had a lot of that. And well, yeah, again, small town. That you don't mind so much. It's like, okay, they're
You didn't mind if they took
well
it
because
home?
they're going to bring it back.
Oh, are
You know,
they?
It was people that live close enough to walk.
Okay.
So they would come, they'd take a cart, and they walk. Although I do, there's a guy in my neighborhood. You go by his house, and you look in the garage, and there's like 9 carts from Food Line in
That's
there.
too many.
It's too many.
Oh, whoa.
One's too many.
Yeah.
One's too many. That's what I'm saying.
That's
The
ain't too many.
one's fine. I'm fine with one because all right, I'm going to use this cart. I'm going to walk to the store and then I'm going to cart my stuff back. You know what? I'll put up with that. That's okay. You don't have a car. You're close enough to walk. That's fine.
Yeah. Should we turn ourselves in, Neebs?
I guess so. I don't know why, but
We stole a shopping cart once.
did we?
Yeah.
I don't
From
think
where?
we did.
Tell the
I
story,
did.
and then we're in.
I
it.
did it.
Okay.
Oh, so he wasn't even there?
It was for one of our Remix videos.
I didn't know where that cart
That was a
came
stolen
from.
cart.
Well, now you're part of it, buddy.
Well,
I'm sorry.
we filmed it Piggly Wiggly, so
I know.
assumed
It's
it
not
was one
from
of
there
theirs.
because we had to cut it. We had to rig it.
Okay.
And I stole it from the grocery cart.
Well, don't tell anybody.
Well, no, they call it like the graveyard, and it's
Oh,
back.
Is it like in the woods
It's
somewhere?
back between the same shopping complex I was just talking about, what from the other day,
Right.
with that car parked in front. That and the college living behind it.
Gotcha.
In
Okay.
between there is like this grocery cart graveyard that just all these carts end
Jesus.
up in limbo from
Yeah.
college kids like pushing whatever the case
Right,
may have
right,
been.
right.
But that's I don't know if it's the case anymore, but it definitely was
No, if
15
there's-
years ago.
I imagine any grocery store or Walmart that has woods near it,
Yeah.
there's going to be carts.
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
probably littered.
So I
Statute
went
of
and got a nice big
limitations.
one, and we threw it in my van at that time. Got the fuck out of there.
I'd love.
I'm
to
not going
see
down
that.
alone, is all I'm saying, Neebs.
Okay, I didn't know that was stolen.
How much is your average grocery cart worth? Just out of curiosity.
Probably
just to build one.
$200.
Probably.
Yeah, I would say something.
Pretty
like
heavy
that.
duty.
Yeah, they're heavy duty.
Curious.
That
I'm
adds
looking it
up. That
Grocery
gets
cart
added
price.
to your
Feeling the
grocery
guilt
bill.
now, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, groceries
130
are expensive.
140 bucks.
Okay.
140.
We're not buying a no brand bullshit one from Amazon, are we?
Yeah, well, no, this was from Webstaurant store.
Is that to buy one?
Looks like one Regency supermarket.
Do
And
they
the,
get cheaper
The
if you buy
plastic one
100?
for $159
Okay.
per vendor.
Let's get them in
God.
bulk.
The big, large metal ones. $1,000? Good God,
Holy shit.
What?
That's kind of the one we got.
seems crazy.
See, that's next level. That's felony shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Statute of limitations, 20 years. I'm gonna have to edit.
What are you in
this,
for?
but You know I won't.
What are you in for?
Yeah.
Reminds me of the Pee Wee
Stole a
Herman
grocery
fucking
cart.
thing.
Anyway, all right, everyone out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm big enough to say maybe the cart thing. I should be a little bit more behind it now. But
Now
I
you
still
know.
don't think it's that big of a fucking deal to call people a piece of shit. But other than that,
for leaving his damn cart out there, and then it ran into some guy's nice brand new car.
you're not a piece of shit, and material things aren't that important.
Piece of
Shit happens.
Piece of damn shit.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Cause all the food I gave you